Best money can buy, huh?
It's ham and cheese. I think you'll like it.
Thanks.
Remember what I told you, about taking care of yourself?
You'll have to stand back now, Mrs. Phelps.
When they start shooting, Tom might be hurt.
He won't be.
But how do you know that?
Trust me.
I want to. That's why I hired you. But I can't stop myself from thinking that if we go through with this plan of yours, he might be hit by a stray bullet.
Uh-huh.
Then I remember if we don't try your way, instead of Kansas is gonna hang him.
Easy. Easy.
So she came over about 8:30.
What if Scanlon doesn't try to escape?
In his place, wouldn't you?
No, but he's got to be wondering who's helping him and why.
He thinks he knows who's helping him. This morning when he was told what to expect, he said, "It's about time."
Helping someone who's guilty to escape so you can clear someone who's innocent. It's so impossible.
Which is why it's going to work. Easy. Mrs. Phelps, don't worry. You do your job. I'll do mine.
I don't know how it happened. Oh, gee, I'm sorry.
It's a real clever job of altering. That brand looked like a skillet full of snakes.
Should have seen some of the brands I had to change when I was working in Australia. They were a real challenge, Bud. I like a challenge.
You may have a new one. There's been a prisoner escape in Wichita.
Someone we know?
Scanlon. Broke clear about 10 days ago.
Well, it seems I underestimated Mr. Scanlon.
Looks like somebody kept your promise for you and helped him.
Yes, I wonder who and why.
And maybe you can ask Scanlon in a few days.
It's a long way from Wichita to Hang Tree.
Not for a man who figures to pick up 30,000 when he gets here.
Of course, if Scanlon does get through, I'll have to settle my account with him. Meanwhile, Mart, let's hope the law stops in for us.
force me to kill you, drop it. I'm Jab Harlan.
I don't care who you are. Do you know what you just done?
Had no choice.
Do you know who that was?
Yep.
That was Brad Scanlon. Then why did you mix in?
You were going to kill him, or capture him.
Oh, you bet your sweet boodle I was.
That's why I stopped you.
You had no right to stop me. I was just doing my job.
Oh? You a lawman?
Well, of course I am. I'm a Texas Ranger. And if I don't take after that skedaddle, he'll get a lead on me and I'll...
Not yet.
Now, what do you mean, not yet? I want to tell you something, mister. You are meddling with the law.
Oh? I don't see a badge.
We don't wear 'em because we don't need 'em. That's why.
Well, any kind of credentials will do.
Oh, I'll give you credentials. I'll give you credentials. I'll tell you that.
I'd like to believe you.
I don't give two hoops in hell whether you believe me or not.
The other man could be the Ranger, and you could be Scanlon.
He's not a Ranger. He's Scanlon, a killer. And I'm Reese Bennett, a Ranger.
How can I be sure, huh?
Can't you tell by just looking at me that I'm a Ranger?
Sorry.
All right. We'll go to Laredo, and I'll prove I'm a Ranger. And then, so help me, mister, I'm gonna tear you apart.
Fair enough.
Hey, Reese!
This sure ain't my day.
Ah, congratulations, Reese. Didn't take you long to bring in Scanlon.
Well, you see what happened was...
Never would have thought he could have done it without us.
Me either. I guess maybe it's good for him to get out on his own once in a while.
You know, he has got so he depends on us to cover his mistakes for him.
I need you two like I need a case of the collywobbles.
Chad, you know that fella there doesn't really look much like that description we've seen on Scanlon, does he?
Joe, you're not suggesting that Reese, the Ranger Bennett, would arrest the wrong man.
Will you two wait a minute? Just 1 minute.
Not even Reese could do that. Could he?
Oh, I don't think so, Joe. No, Captain sent him out for Scanlon, so this man must be Scanlon.
Maybe he's got on a disguise.
Oh, I don't think so, Joe, but if he is, it's fancy.
It ain't Scanlon. Now, what happened was that I went and I...
Yeah? Well, go ahead, Reese. This is your buddy, Joe and Chad. You can tell us anything. Now, what happened, Reese? And we'll help you out of it.
Your friends arrested me, and it's taking me to your captain.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be arresting Scanlon.
Yeah, so why is he arresting you?
We'll tell that to the captain.
That's right. It's just between him, me, and the captain. Come on, let's go.
Scanlon is a convicted bank robber and killer. You knew that?
Mm-hmm.
And you knew he escaped from the Kansas authorities?
I followed him from Wichita.
And knowing all this, you deliberately prevented his capture.
He sure did, Captain.
I ought to lock you up and throw away the key. Aiding and abetting and obstructing justice.
I think justice can best be served by keeping Scanlon free at the moment, Captain. Tom Phelps had nothing to do with that bank robbery and murder.
A jury decided he did.
Jury's 12 men. Men make mistakes.
Yourself accepted.
It was a case of mistaken identity. The only way to free Phelps is to find a guilty man. Now, Scanlon can lead me to him. Lock Scanlon up, and you send Tom Phelps to the gallows.
A judge has already done that.
Well, the judge was wrong.
The judge was wrong. The jury was wrong. But you're right. Look, I am an officer of the law. I'm sworn to enforce it. I respect it and its procedures. I don't respect any hired gun, no matter how fancy his motives are.
I don't ask for your respect, Captain. I just say that sometimes the machinery of the law, like any other machinery, jumps a cog.
And is it your self-appointed job to correct the law's mistakes?
Only when somebody hires me to do it.
Anybody who sets himself above the law is outside it. Reese,
Yes, sir, Captain.
pick up Scanlon's trail and bring him back here.
Well, what about him, Captain?
Forget him.
Yes, sir.
Now, you're not to leave Laredo until Bennett comes back with Scanlon. If you try, I'll put you in jail. Understood?
You're a plain-spoken man, Captain.
Hughes. Captain, the man that was in here, follow him. If he tries to leave town, stop him.
Yes, sir. Brush him and bed him down.
Good day, sir.
Beautiful day.
It sure is. What'll it be, sir?
Oh, I'll have a shave.
What happened to that other guy? I don't know. He told us he was just playing a little joke on his girlfriend. We didn't mean to get into trouble with the law.
Let's go. Hey, come on, let's go.
You said you were tired.
I was till I saw you, Lyman.
When I got the message to meet you here, I just couldn't believe it.
I could hardly believe it myself.
You had help getting away?
The best.
Garrett?
Who else? He promised to get me out, didn't he?
He's made a lot of promises to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. But I had him. Either he got me out or I talked. Easier to keep his promise than to hang.
Well, I'm here. You're here. What next?
I pick up the 30,000 Garrett owes me.
And then?
We get out of Texas tonight.
Tonight?
There's a ranger following me. I've got to get into Mexico. From there, maybe we'll head for South America. Look, with all the money we'll have, we can go anywhere we want, when we want.
Sure. We can run in high style, hide in the best hotels.
You changed your mind about us? If you have, why did you bother to meet me?
I still feel the same way about you. It's just that I'm thinking about the kind of life we're going to have.
Once we get out of the country, everything...
I don't want to get out of the country. I'd rather go to San Francisco than Mexico. I'd rather live in New York than someplace in South America. My Spanish isn't that good.
It'd be too risky.
I know. I know. You are going to be on the run, Brad. For as long as you are alive.
May we be of service?
You sure as thunder can. Where you hiding, Brad Scanlon? Shh, don't you shush me. Where is he?
This is not a saloon, sir.
Well, now, that's plain to see. Is Brad Scanlon here?
He is.
Where?
In the Chamber of Repose.
Oh, right.
Wait, you can't go in there.
Out of my way.
The widow is with the deceased.
Who's with him?
The late Mr. Scanlon's widow.
What is it, Mr. Jenkins?
This gentleman was asking for your husband.
Are you a friend of Brad's?
Well, not exactly, ma'am. I'm a ranger, and I've been following him.
Well, you can't follow him anymore. My poor Brad, he's finally found peace. That's my only comfort. Oh, please, I don't think I blame you, Mr.
Bennett, ma'am. Reese Bennett.
You're only doing your job. Brad made more than his share of mistakes. I can't deny that. But de mortuis nil nisi bonum. Don't you agree, Mr. Bennett?
Oh, yeah, exactly, ma'am. Exactly. Every time, ma'am. I don't want to upset you, Mrs. Scanlon, but do you have any idea how it happened?
We were in my room at the hotel, and suddenly I saw someone at the window. I called out a warning to Brad, but it was too late.
And you didn't get a good look at the other fella?
It all happened so suddenly, you see.
Yeah, sure. And you don't have any idea who it might have been?
Would you like to see him?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I sort of would.
I can't believe it, I just can't believe it.
Neither can I.
I'm so alone. Mr. Bennett, I'm so terribly alone.
Now, Mrs. Scanlon, don't you fret now. Everything's going to be just fine. Don't you worry now.
Life is so unpredictable.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, now, come on. Come on now.
Forgive me. I'm fine. I'm perfectly all right. You bought it all.
Who wouldn't have? You almost had me convinced.
You should have seen me play Lady Macbeth.
That was a great idea, Lila.
This morning you died. This afternoon you go and collect $30,000. Tomorrow I bury you, and then we really start to live.
You know, I may be dead, but I'm starving.
Oh, of course you are. I'll have some food sent in right away.
And a bottle of whiskey.
But as soon as you're through eating and drinking, then you go after that money, huh? And don't worry about the ranger, because I'm going to take care of him.
Serve food all over town?
No, but I would for another $1 tip.
Undertaker must be a very generous man.
Nope, I've never known him to tip at all before.
Ever serve him meals before?
This is the first time, but I sure hope it's not the last.
Must be a big drinker.
I guess he kind of does it on the sly. Till tonight, I thought he was a teetotaler.
Yes?
I come to pay my respects to the deceased.
Well, I'm afraid that's quite impossible. Now, wait a minute. You can't go in there. Please, you're not allowed to go in there. Please. You mustn't go in.
Well, now. Looks like the deceased got feeling a whole lot better after he had a good meal and a bottle of whiskey.
Well, business has been so slow lately. I haven't had a customer in weeks, and they offered to pay me for a full arrangement, first class. So I couldn't see any harm.
Helping a killer get away from the law, huh?
Killer?
Where is he?
I don't know. Really, I don't. He went out after he...
Well, if you're lying to me again, you're going to be needing your own arrangements. First class.
Is Scanlon dead?
I told you I'm not sure. I knocked him off his horse. When we went to make sure, the fireworks exploded.
Could it have been Lila with him?
No, it was a man. Someone who could really handle a gun. And he wasn't riding with Scanlon, he was following him.
Possibly a lawman.
I never did get a good look.
If Scanlon is alive, he most certainly will start talking now.
Oh, he'll hang a noose around your neck if he can. I don't know why you didn't let him come here. We could have taken care of him for sure.
And led that ranger, or whoever is following him, straight to me. No, Mott. We'll just have to hope and trust your aim was accurate.
So wrong in the men I put my trust in. Why? I thought you were sweet, kind, and considerate.
You lied to me, Mrs. Scanlon.
Don't call me that. I am not Mrs. Scanlon.
Then you lied to me about that, too.
All right. All right. Put me in irons. Lock me up. Torture me. Go ahead.
I don't want to torture you. I don't want to lock you up. I just want to know where Scanlon is, that's all. That's all I want to know.
I don't know.
Well, then he forced you to lie for him, and he rode away and left you here. That's what he did.
Isn't that like all men? They think only of themselves. They never care who they are.
Mrs. Scanlon. Mrs. Scanlon.
I told you
what?
That's not
Mrs.
my
Scanlon,
name.
or whatever your name is. If you're lying again about where Scanlon is, I'm telling you, you're going to be in trouble. Bad trouble.
I just don't care. Doesn't matter. I don't care. Nothing matters. I wish I'd never seen Scanlon. I wish I'd never seen you, and I wish I'd never been born.
Well, now you let me tell you something. You better not leave Aintree till I find Scanlon. All right? All right. All right.
Who are you?
A friend.
I have never seen you before.
The only way to have a friend is to be one.
Shakespeare?
Emerson. Ralph Waldo.
I acted in some Shakespeare, but I never did any Emerson.
He's a philosopher and poet from my part of the country.
Oh. Well, what are you?
Oh, a student, among other things. However, at the moment, I'm the bearer of some bad news. Your husband's been killed.
Oh, wait a minute. You
No.
something you don't understand. He was...
Not a hoax this time.
Really? Oh. Well, now, isn't that just Brad's luck? How did it happen?
He was ambushed on the trail south of here.
And you just happened along.
No, I was following Scanlon.
How do I know you didn't shoot him?
You don't.
Why were you following him?
He, owed me something.
I know the feeling. You thought that when he picked up his share of the money from the holdup, you could collect what he owed you. Hmm?
Exactly.
Drink?
Oh, thanks.
What's your name?
Harlan, Jab Harlan.
Jab. As in hard-hitting?
As in Jabin. And the Lord delivered them into the hands of Jabin, king of Canaan. Judges, chapter 4. My mother read her Bible.
So did mine. You may call me Lila.
Thank you. And may I say I admire your poise? Not many women could take the loss of a husband and $30,000 so gracefully.
It's a strain, believe me.
It would have been $30,000, wouldn't it?
Well, they took $60,000 from the bank, and there was only Brad and Garrett to share it. And now Garrett has it all, which is just exactly the way he planned it.
Garrett doesn't know Scanlon's dead. And the men who shot him didn't get close enough to be sure.
So?
Well, let's say that Scanlon is still alive. Only the two of us know where he is.
The two of us? Well, how cozy. And just where do you come in?
Say I'm a doctor who treated Scanlon after the shooting.
Garrett is not a man to be easily fooled.
Oh, but he's a man with a lot to lose.
You'd go to the ranch with me?
Mm-hmm.
Just how high are your fees, Doctor?
Oh, I like round figures. Say 10,000?
5,000 is just as round.
I'm sure we can work out some suitable compensation for my services.
When do we go?
In the morning. I'll meet you on the trail south at 9.
It's such a comfort to have found a friend in my bereavement.
Men can counsel and speak comfort to that grief which they themselves not feel.
Emerson.
Shakespeare. Till tomorrow?
Oh, Jack. Just where is Brad?
In a very safe place.
Is this what you're looking for?
Good morning.
Get up.
I'm glad you're here, Reese.
I'll just bet you are.
Saves me the trouble of looking for you.
Where's Scanlon?
If I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
That's right. If you were to tell me my name was Reese Bennett, I doubt if it was true. Now, where's Scanlon?
He isn't going to get away, I'll tell you that.
That's for sure. Now, come on, get up. Get up.
You know, from the beginning, I've been hoping we could work together.
Sure, you're ready for us to work together. Now that I got the gun on you, like you had it on me. Now, come on, outside. Outside. All right, come on. In we go. In we go. Come on. In you go. Come on. This is your place. This is your place until I find Scanlon. Huh?
Now, Reese, wait. Let's talk this over, huh?
Ain't nothing to talk about. Nothing to talk about at all.
If you leave me here, you'll never find Scanlon.
I'll take that risk.
Reese, look, let me out. We go to Colton Spring.
What'd you say?
Nothing. Nothing. Look, let me out and I'll tell you.
Colton Springs. So that's where he is, huh? Ha!
Reese, wait. Don't go to Colton Springs.
Just try and stop me. Just try and stop me.
I'm telling you, you're making a big mistake.
Yeah? Well, the biggest mistake I ever made was not locking you up in jail before I left Laredo.
Good morning.
Good morning. You ain't fixing on to hightailing it out of town like I told you not to, are you?
No.
'Cause I'd have to put you in jail, too.
You mean you already made an arrest this morning?
Mm-hmm. Fella named Jab Holland. At least that's what he says his name was. Who knows?
Jab Holland?
You know him?
No, I don't.
Well, you just better keep it that way. And you'd better be in that little room of yours when I get back with Scanlon.
You know where Brad is?
Oh, yeah. Holland told me. Without meaning to.
Good morning.
Morning.
couldn't believe it when the ranger said he'd locked you up.
He has a touching faith in jails.
How could you be so careless? Now you've spoiled everything. What are we going to do?
We're going to the Garrett Ranch.
You picked the lock.
I don't like jails. I don't like prisons or other places of confinement.
That's one more thing we have in common. The ranger said that you told him where Brad was.
I also told him not to believe what I told him. But he's a man who has to find out for himself, huh?
Uh-huh.
Let's go.
Mister! I've got some news for you.
I ain't got no time to waste now, I'll tell you that.
But it's about Scanlon.
Oh, Colton Springs, he said. Ain't nothing in Colton Springs except corn toads and jackrabbits.
Please, you must listen to me. I know where Scanlon is.
You do?
He's in the Chamber of Repose.
Now, do you expect me to swallow that story again?
He's in there. See for yourself.
Dear Reese, as I told you this morning, Scanlon isn't going anywhere. Sorry I couldn't wait for you at the jail, but an urgent business appointment takes me to the Garrett Ranch. Cooperatively yours, Jab.
We got an escort.
Garrett doesn't like surprise parties.
I saw a man in a circus once. Put his head in the lion's mouth.
Lila, you are as lovely as ever. Isn't she, Mart? We've missed you. Who's your friend?
This is Dr. Mills, Frank Garrett.
A pleasure, Doctor.
You look very familiar, Mr. Garrett.
Oh, have we met before?
You remind me of a friend of mine.
Interesting. But you did not come here to talk about your friend.
No. About your friend, Brad Scanlon. He wants to see you.
Then why didn't he come?
Tried to yesterday. Somebody shot him.
How seriously, Doctor?
Critical. He's conscious and talking. Talking a great deal.
I see. But only to you and to Lila.
So far. He's very anxious to see you, Mr. Garrett. Wants to settle what's between you.
And if I do not have the time to go to him...
Huh? Talk to the ranger who followed him to Hangtree, I guess.
Which would not be to my advantage.
If he can't see you before he dies, he means to see you in hell, or sooner.
So, I'm supposed to take $30,000 from my safe and accompany you and Lila to Scanlon's bedside. Otherwise, exposure. That is a well-baited trap, Doctor. One that I might have found very difficult to resist, had I not been forewarned.
I'm sorry.
Frailty, thy name is woman.
Shakespeare.
Get on the roof.
My friend who's sentenced to hang in your place will be very happy to see you.
What's this all about anyway, huh?
You were brilliant, Reeves. Brilliant. Your timing couldn't have been better.
I found Scanlon.
I know. Garrett had him killed. If I hadn't had you as a partner, I never could have brought this off.
Partners? Now, wait one
Nobody
minute.
ever guessed we were working together.
Working together?
Of course. The reward for the return of the holdup money will split right down the middle.
We get a reward, huh?
Yeah. And your Captain Parmalee will have to give you credit for what you've done.
But the captain said that we had to go.
Captured Garrett, you returned the holdup money, and you broke up a very successful gang.
I did?
You bet you did.
Hey, that's right. That's pretty good, huh?
It's great. It's great. Take over here, will you?
Sure, Jab. All right, come on, let's go. Come on.
You can come out now, Lila.
Oh, Jab, I'm so glad you're all right.
Next time you try to hide, I wouldn't use that perfume.
I didn't want to tell Garrett, honest I didn't, but he threatened me. And I had to pretend to go along with him so that I could get him to trust me, so that I could help you.
You're marvelous, Lila.
We'd make a great team, you and me.
Oh, thanks, Lila. I'm human, so I'm tempted, but then I remember your full name must be Delilah. And the role of Samson never appealed to me.
You were right this time. You saved an innocent man's life, and I'm glad for it. But setting the law aside whenever it suits you is a very dangerous game.
I don't deny the danger.
In fact, you enjoy it.
Well, we each have a job to do. You do it your way, I'll do it mine. There's room for both of us.
Goodbye, Mr. Harlan.
Captain?
You sure you ain't gonna change your mind?
I don't like cages, Reese.
Cages?
For me, a regular job's a cage. Settling in one place. I'll stay free for a while.
Well, sounds like an iffy kind of life to me.
Yeah, but I like the unpredictable. And there'll always be someone somewhere who needs a quick gun with guaranteed results.
Well, if you ever do get tired of drifting and you feel like cooperating again...
I'll remember Laredo. And believe me, Reese, I'll always be grateful to you for all you taught me.
Oh, forget it. It was nothing. Nothing at all.
I got it right here. Marianne, look at that. What a mess. I'll fix you one right here. Now, you must have seen what they was wearing in Dallas. Did they have ribbons in their hats?